Blanche, wait. Listen, I think maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Nonsense! I promise you're going to have a good time.
Wait, you're going to introduce me to some of your friends?
Yes, if I see anybody I know.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This DIY is going to be an homage to one of my favorite shows, The Golden Girls. As you can see, we are going to create a sign for the Rusty Anchor, which was a favorite hangout spot for Blanche on the show. And we're going to use this Dollar Tree sign. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the hanger that came with the sign. And I am going to paint the back of it. I considered using the front, but why not just go ahead and use the back? I'm peeling this off because it's hard for you to be able to see, but when I turn the sign over, I could see pieces of the sign hanging out from the front. So I just peeled back the edges where I could see it. And now I'm going to go ahead and give this side of the sign a coat of paint with this handmade acrylic paint in the color driftwood. How many of you guys watch The Golden Girls? I'm still obsessed with The Golden Girls. I watched it when it was originally on. I still watch it now, and I just absolutely love it. Go ahead and drop me a comment below and let me know if you are a Rose, a Dorothy, a Blanche, or a Sophia. So this is one of the wood anchors that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. And of course, the name of the bar where they hung out was called the Rusty Anchor. So we have to make a rusty anchor. So to do that, I'm going to use this Waverly acrylic paint in crimson. This Waverly paint in maize. This Waverly chalk paint in truffle. Truffle also comes in acrylic, and this Waverly chalk paint in moss. So my first attempt, because I do need an orange color, so my intention was to mix crimson and maize, but maize is not yellow enough to create an orange for me. As you will see, once I start to mix this up, it only gives me a pink color at first, which really confused me. As you can imagine, if you're expecting orange, that color right there is not what you want to see. So I added more maize and it gave me a corally color, which was pretty, but not what I was going for this project. So I had one of these left over from the ceramic bunny that I bought during Easter. So I put a little bit of that red in the container with the orange, with the yellow, I'm sorry, and it gave me the orange that I was looking for. Just a little bit of it, but it was the perfect amount for this sign. And I'm also going to use some of this Ceram Coat paint in black. So on a sponge brush from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to dip one side in orange, the other side in the brown. And I'm only going to use a dabbing motion. I'm not going to do any swiping motion. And then on another sponge, I'm going to put one side in red and the other side in black. And I'm just going to go back and forth between these colors. Again, only using dabbing motions. I will not be using any swiping motions because I also want to mimic texture as well as color. And already you can start to see the rust effect start to come through. I know it seems a bit odd, these color combinations, but if you've ever looked at rust, you can see colors in it. You can see red, you can see orange, you can see green. Now, we're going to set the anchor aside to dry and work on the sign. So I'm going to take some of this brown paint, which is burnt umber. I didn't show it, but this is burnt umber and truffle mixed. And I'm going to go ahead and on the very tip of the brush, use that to create some lines, to create planks of wood for the sign. And I'm going to do that all the way up. And then I will be distressing the sides of the sign with the same paint. And now to create the illusion of knots of wood, I'm just going to make circular motions with the sponge brush and then blend that out. And while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and distress this rope. This rope will go around the anchor, so it needs to be aged, and I'm just using the leftover brown paint that was already on the sponge brush. And now I'm going to use a little bit of the moss to give it a little bit of a patina as well. And I forgot to incorporate the green paint when I was painting the anchor. So now I'm going to go back and do that. So I'm going to use a combination of the Dollar Tree wood letters and the Walmart wood letters. The Walmart wood letters are these smaller ones that are actually on the anchor. I'm going to use this wet erase black marker to trace around. And I did not have any more small T's left, so I'm just going to use the letter L upside down, and I'm just going to flip it over to create the other side. The P is going to be used to create the R for anchor. So don't worry, it will come out spelled correctly. If you guys watched the Golden Girls, or if you still watch it, which one was your favorite episode? It's hard for me to pick. I like them all so much, but it's hard for me to pick my favorite Golden Girl too. My friends and I we don't always talk about it, but when we talk about the show, that's a question. Are you a Blanche? Are you a Rose? Are you a Sophia? Are you a Dorothy? So don't forget to let me know in the comments which one you are. So I'm just going to use the black Ceram coat paint to fill in the letters. No need to watch me do that. And now I'm going to take the nautical rope, and now I'm just going to use some hot glue to tie it around the anchor. And I do want to tie it around so that you are still able to see the letters rusty on the anchor. I don't want to cover that up at all. So I am going to wrap the nautical rope around in such a way where you can still read the sign. And now that I have it wrapped the way I want it, I'm just going to go ahead and secure the back of it to the back of the sign. And now I'm going to glue the anchor to the sign, putting hot glue on the rope because that's the part that's going to be making contact with the rest of the sign. Now I took a piece of the nautical rope and I'm going to untwist it completely. And I'm going to use one of the pieces that I've untwisted as the hanger for the sign. So I'm just going to turn it over and use some hot glue to keep that in place. You can use twine for this if you want to as well. I wanted something a bit thicker than twine. And now to add some color to this, I took a bag of seashells from Dollar Tree. I know that long cone-shaped shell is not super colorful, but it's such a pretty shell, I wanted to incorporate it. But I did find some orange and red or reddish shells to incorporate on the sign, just to bring a bit of color to it so it's not so monotone. And I'm going to secure those to the sign using the clear hot glue that I picked up from Walmart. And for one last finishing touch, I'm going to take another strand of the nautical rope that I untwisted and just add it to the bottom of the sign for just another point of interest and texture. And once that's done, guys, that's it. This sign is done. How do you guys think this turned out? Tell me what you think about this rusty effect on wood. Does it work? I am so excited for this project. This show is just near and dear to my heart, and I am finally able to do this project. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and now that I'm in my nautical series of videos, I thought what better time to pay homage to the Golden Girls. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and I will see your bright, beautiful faces in my next video. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye.